What's up, Reds? Welcome to the Sunday Summary. I'm your host, Kyle. With me, as always, is Steven. We've got a lot to get into today on the transfer front because you know what it means. You know what it is, man. Darwin Nunez officially signs for the Reds. The announcement hasn't come from the club yet, but Steve, I think you said it was the second here we go confirmed this morning. We'll
Yeah, it
get
was
into
like
all
literally
that.
20 minutes ago.
We'll talk about Calvin Ramsay. Excuse me. We got to give our farewell to Divock Origi, Loris Karius, Ben Woodburn, all these players. But dude, first off, how you doing, man? What's good?
I mean, it's the Sunday summary, so I'm feeling pretty good. Throughout the
Can't get much
season,
better.
I'm usually stressed on Sunday mornings because either we are playing a match or played one yesterday, and the league is tight, the table. But I'm chilling right now. Watched some international football yesterday. Not much. Scotland versus Ireland. Kelleher and Robbo out there. Robbo looks so good. He's so hungry. They got crushed, but and Kelleher's just pitching shutouts. I think it was like 3-0. I don't remember. Don't quote me. I was kind of falling asleep. But man, I'm doing good. Anyways, I guess how are you? Do I ever ask you how you're doing?
Never. Not you haven't asked. That's the first time you've ever asked me.
Oh, then let me take that back and not start something new today. I'm just kidding. How are you, man?
Dude, I feel really really good. Really good. I mean, this is I'm going to pretty much take what you said and say it. This is what we've been asking for, bro. This is what the fans have been asking to spend big on big name players, and we've done it. And you know, we're just waiting on the announcement. All I'm seeing, though, well, not all I'm seeing. There's still fans out there, though, that are like, his first touch is bad. His link up play isn't good. Why are we spending this much? It's like, you got to pick a side, bro. Either we spend the money on these top strikers or shut your mouth.
Yeah, look, man. They asked for it. We all did, but some more than others.
Like, who? Let me
Spend,
ask you this real quick. Like, who is better at that age in that position than Darwin Nunez right now, aside from Erling Haaland, because Man City already
and
got him.
Mbappe, because he plays striker quite a bit. Who is better, you ask?
And who is more available?
I mean, I've said this before in years past. There's not a lot of great like strikers out there. Like there just isn't.
Young strikers, I mean, because
Right,
you still got Lewandowski and
you got the
like
greats, of course.
Yeah.
But like, I'm trying to think, dude, off the top of my head. I'm not sure. I'm sure there's a couple. He's probably not the best at his age, but like, there's not many. There's not many.
I don't know. Well, here, look. Before we get into that, I just want to say good morning to everyone in the chat. 67, Liz, Hannah's in here. Ian Richard, Ryan Johnston, my dad. Oh boy, not him. Tony, what's going on? Oyvind in the chat as well. Blake Labeston in the chat. What a legend. What a legend. And we got our first super chat coming in of the day. Thank you very much. Darwin Nunez is a blend of Cavani and Lukaku, but has to refine certain parts. Andreas Silva is better. Andreas Silva. Is that another Benfica player? Well, thank you very much for the super chat. Again,
yes, thank you so much.
You guys show is absolutely monumental.
Blend of Cavani and Lukaku. I don't know. I'm not even gonna act like I know that much about him to start slapping like player comparisons or likenesses. Also, like Lukaku and Cavani are pretty slow.
Well,
so I would hope that's not the case.
So I just want to hit everyone with a fact here. Okay. Darwin Nunez in this past Champions League campaign was clocked in at 36 kilometers an hour. That's the fastest. I mean, not fastest, but it's faster than Mbappe was clocked at, and it's faster than Van Dijk was clocked in at. So just to hit you guys with some, because a lot of people say he's not very fast. I will say, you know, I probably spent an hour and a half watching some scouting videos last night on this guy. Okay. The guy is good. All right, don't get me wrong. The guy is really good. But he does have some areas of the game he should refine. Okay. But that's like any 22-year-old. I mean, when we got Konate, the guy was going to ground too quickly. Now, I don't think I've seen Konate make a slide tackle since he's been here. So it's like, I feel like players, once they get here, they get stuff refined. But here, let's look at this guy here. Oh, God, you love to see it. You love to see when Fabrizio Romano confirms it. Here we go. Confirmed for Darwin Nunez to Liverpool. Look, we've known this for about 5 days now. All right. It's just been like the final stages, the final touches being put on it.
Is that
right?
is that the tweet from today?
This
Or is that the one
tweet.
from
Nope, this is the tweet from 8:14, so an hour ago.
Yeah. Okay.
So we got deal done yesterday due to the meeting in Portugal. Darwin is in Madrid right now. Medicals are tomorrow in England. Contract is a 6-year deal, guys. The only other player we've given a 6-year deal to is Allison. Think about that for a second. Liverpool will pay 80 million fee plus 20 million in add-ons. Now, according to Paul Joyce, the add-ons, there's like 8.5 million that are team performance based. There's 12 that are personal performance based. So, guys, look how good this guy looks.
He does look ready to rock and roll.
He looks damn good in that red. Oh man.
I was trying to look through here and see who's like better at that age as a striker. And it's honestly, guys, it's just way too much work to try to figure it out. But like some guys that are listed at 22, like João Felix. But
what
I
like
mean,
he was good. At
that's just
Benfica.
he's just ranked higher in terms of like market value. There's a couple others, but he's up there. He's one of the best. He's one of the most promising. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
And he's
yes.
proven it. That's the thing. João Felix got purchased off of potential. João Felix didn't score 30 goals in a season like this guy has.
Did he not?
Before he got signed?
Yeah, did he not? Are you looking at the stats
30?
right now?
No, I'm not, but I don't think he did.
I mean, I don't know. All I know is Klopp apparently watches the Ligue Nos, and he's a big admirer of all these players. I mean, we got Luis Diaz, we got Darwin Nunez, and something else I was thinking about last night, Steve.
They had 15 goals.
Okay, so I mean
with
that's
Benfica, and with Atletico Madrid, he's never had more than 8 league goals.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So this is a prime example of what I mean. Like, he's proven it. Yes, he hasn't played in the Premier League or La Liga or even the Bundesliga, which I believe are weak anyways, but he's done it in the Champions League.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, the way I'm looking at this is it's the Portuguese league, but even Luis Diaz had similar amounts to like you said, João Felix. And for the second half of the season, we looked at Luis Diaz and he played extremely well. I think he adapted phenomenally to the league. What I was thinking about with this and Darwin Nunez is really the only aerial presence of our forwards that we have in the box would be Mane and Jota, right? Yes, Bobby Firmino can head the ball. Don't get me wrong. Darwin Nunez is an aerial presence now. So now we don't have to. I feel like I'm telling you right now, Steve, I feel like we're going to see Trent and Robbo getting 15 assists each next season in the Premier League.
Dude, so here's the thing. Yes, Bobby can head the ball. Yes, even Jota can head the ball and jump really high. And I guess it's really hard for me to say the words and actually believe it that Jota's not a major aerial threat because he scores with his head. But
he is absolutely
Van Dijk is an
threat.
aerial threat.
Yeah.
You put the ball up in the air, Van Dijk is rising above people. That's what apparently this guy can do. Bobby doesn't do that. Even Mane doesn't do that. They just have really high IQ and find the space and can finish with their head. But Darwin Nunez is supposed to be someone that can rise up and make something out of nothing in a crowd.
And he's shown
it's exciting.
That.
It's exciting.
And the guy is 6'1", dude. Guy's 6'1". That's like putting Divock Origi in there, but he's more
Shout
agile
out.
than Divock Origi. And while we're on that topic, I just want to say thank you, Divock. Thank you. I mean, I wish Divock Origi nothing but the best, bro. I'm really gonna miss him.
100%.
What a guy.
I could make an entire video for hours about Divock Origi, but
we could go over some of his goals, but we won't do that. And when 67 says Konate is our biggest aerial threat by a mile, I was strictly talking about our forwards.
No, he's not, by the way. That would be Virgil van Dijk. I don't even know if he scored one this year, but he's a much bigger aerial threat than Konate.
And I feel like you could make an argument for Matip.
It's a little tougher of an argument to make. Konate scored and then he got hot there for a minute.
He did.
Did he score 2 or 3 headers in a row?
Yeah, they're all in the Champions League.
Yeah. But other than that.
Yeah. So let's go over to the chat and see what people are saying here. Oh, no, you know what? Oyvind's right. It's actually Allison is our biggest aerial threat. Yeah, he's right. He's right. He's not wrong.
He is right.
Yeah, I can't. And then Sepp Vandenberg. So.
Yeah, whenever he comes back.
Yeah. And look, I agree with this. I would have much rather had Christopher Nkunku. But does that mean I'm not thrilled with this signing? Absolutely not. Nkunku is the closest thing to Mane, but maybe a different option is good for us. This is what I was thinking. It's really not like Klopp to go out and get a forward like this. But to be fair, he's never bought a striker. Right? He's bought center forwards in Diogo Jota. He's bought wingers. He's never bought a striker, right? This is the first striker he's bought.
Like a straight center forward.
Obviously Darwin Nunez can play on the left. He can play as a second striker, but Darwin Nunez is a striker.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's the first time that Klopp has bought a striker. So
yeah, you could be right.
Oh boy, not him says I'm more excited about Carvalho than Nunez, honestly. And hey, that's your prerogative. Everyone's excited. I'll tell you what, Carvalho is a problem.
Yo, these are 2 really good signings. People are calling for it. We haven't heard it much recently, but a couple years ago, and even closer to before last season, would we take Coutinho back? We need a Coutinho style player. This kid's a cam. Carvalho is a cam. He's an attacking midfielder. Got Harvey Elliott with a full preseason under his belt, back healthy. Nunez. If the transfer window ended today, I would be a little disappointed because this is all we got. But, there's still time to make more splashes.
How could you say you'd be disappointed? How?
Because we essentially have purchased one player that's guaranteed game time. And we just lost the league again and came up short in the Champions League. And Man City's going to buy probably 3 more players. It's not so much about us. We want to spend, buy. It's you have to keep up. If we could keep the same squad and compete like we did last year, and I was fine with that, that's fine. But we're going to need to score more goals this year. We're going to need to play better defensively. We're going to need more clean sheets. The league's going to be tougher this year.
No, I agree. I want another midfielder. I do like the Carvalho signing. And I honestly would have loved to have Chouamani. If we could have got Chouamani, whatever he's called, whatever his name is, okay, that would have been a perfect window for me. Nunez and Chouamani, that might have been the best window I've ever seen. However, we got a lot of young talent coming up through the midfield, and I'm only doing this because Michael Ramsey is in the chat. Curtis Jones, man, kid's a problem. Kid's solid. All right, a lot of people sleeping on Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones is good. You heard it here first. He may not.
No, he is very good.
He may not produce that much, but Curtis Jones is good. And by the way, just so you guys know, statistically, Jordan Henderson is up there passing-wise with the best midfielders in the world. Okay? He's ahead of Leon Goretzka. He's ahead of Casemiro. He's ahead of all these players.
So is anyone surprised by that?
No, I just want everyone to know because
he's one of the best passers in the Premier League.
I don't know if I'd go that.
No, he's one of the best passers in the Premier League.
No.
From the midfield position, yes, he is. Who else can ping like Jordan Henderson? De Bruyne?
I was going to say De Bruyne.
I said one of the best, Kyle. I didn't say he's the best. I would never compare him. I would never even put him in the same sentence as Kevin De Bruyne.
All right, I'm glad you wouldn't because I might have had to drug.
But in terms of midfield passing ability in the Premier League, Henderson's up there. He's been pinging for 15 years, damn near.
Yeah. He's just a pinger, bro.
Give that man some respect.
I just did.
No, you didn't. You questioned if he's one of the best passing midfielders in the Premier League.
I literally brought up the topic, and I said, just so everyone knows, Jordan Henderson is up there with the best passers, better than, and I listed the players. But either way,
I was just saying, like, hey, that's not groundbreaking. Why are you even mentioning that?
Sorry, I just like to remind people. It's a friendly reminder.
Me saying Van Dijk's one of the best defenders in the world. Probably the best.
No. Van Dijk
everyone's gonna go
the best defender.
Yeah, everyone's going to go,
Yeah. Look, Hendo deserves respect, bro. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
Milner for another year.
Yes.
Elliott, Keita, who knows what's happening with Ox. We got to sort some stuff out in the midfield, dude. That's what I have no idea what's going to happen is what fat are we trimming?
So here.
Also, Ryan Johnston with a super chat here.
Oh, Ryan Johnston with a super chat. What? I don't see it.
Oh, it's way back. 920.
Actually, 920. Oh my God, Ryan, I'm sorry.
I can pin it.
Where's it at? How did I?
It says they need to build a Divock Origi statue.
Dude, it's not showing up for me. Oh, there
Ryan,
it is.
This is one of those embarrassing times where I don't have pinning permissions. Otherwise, I'd take care of it. Oh, there you go. There you go. Is it up for you now, Kyle? Because I see it. I see it.
I see it now. I don't know why I couldn't see it before, but thank you, Ryan Johnson. Again, the super chats, guys, huge help.
Yeah, Ryan, what a legend.
Yeah, all goes back into the channel, and it's just the best way for you guys to show support is, obviously the like button, subscribe. Those things are free and much appreciated. But if you guys go above and beyond with donations or becoming a channel member, we appreciate it so much. So thank you. Yeah, Divock Origi is, again, just a cult legend at the club. I mean, it's remarkable what he was able to do. And statistically, he was not bad at all for the club either. So shout out to him. I want to now move on to the Calvin Ramsay deal real quick, just to touch on that before we get into other stuff. So this is from Fabrizio Romano earlier this morning, roughly 6 or 7 hours ago. And we know Calvin Ramsay has kind of been on the back burner because Liverpool have been pursuing Darwin Nunez, right? But Calvin Ramsay is a right back, plays for Aberdeen, Scottish fullback. Okay, so hey, you got Robbo, you got this guy potentially. But I'll read it to you. Liverpool are set to reach an agreement with Calvin Ramsay on personal terms, and they made an official bid for the Scottish fullback. Now, to my understanding, the bid is roughly £4 million plus $2 million in potential add-ons. Now, I also had a revelation last night, and I realized we legitimately, aside from Nico Williams, we don't have a backup for Trent. Joe Gomez has filled in there. We've seen, our young guys. The names are slipping. It's not Owen Beck. I can't remember his name right now. But we don't have an official backup. We bought Tsimikas for 11 mil. Okay, no one knew who he was. I had no clue who he was. No idea who Calvin Ramsay was until, now we're pursuing him. Klopp is still building this team. He is setting up a team where he can rotate because, God forbid, Trent goes down with an injury or something happens. We need some quality at the right back spot. And look, I love Joe Gomez this year had proven me wrong because Joe Gomez at right back this season played phenomenally. Okay, he played really well when he had to fill in there. But he's not a natural right back. Yes, he can play there. He's versatile, but Joe Gomez is center back. And now for us to go in for this Scottish fullback, again, a low price. I watched briefly some highlight videos last night. Very good on the ball. Great cross on the kid. I'm excited, Steve. Again, this guy is just going to be obviously a backup. No one's getting in front of Trent right now. I really don't think anyone in the world could get in front of Trent.
You're absolutely right.
So
on
this
both parts of that.
Yeah, and I mean this here says talks are ongoing and Aberdeen want around 10 million euros. So I'm gonna guess that's around 8-9 million pounds, something like that. I feel like they're roughly the same, but the fact of the matter is that Liverpool will probably get it for less. What I'm noticing here, Steve, Julian Ward seems a little bit more laissez-faire about spending money. Yes, it does seem like, again, we only have a small sample size to go on. Maybe we should wait until like a full year goes by and we see who he buys and all that. But I was thinking about this last night. Like, credit to Michael Edwards. Michael Edwards is an absolute legend for the players he got, for the prices he got them for. I love it. My question is, do we have to take into account inflation? Okay, because our inflation here is way higher than it is around the world. So I don't think that has anything to do with it. It might have a little bit. But do you think Michael Edwards was just being like stingy, or do you think it was just because of the players he was going after? Like, we hadn't had to go after a player that was priced that high, aside from Van Dijk, Allison, and I guess Keita. I guess Keita was up there as well.
Keita. First of all, we made more money this year than we ever have.
Oh, that's true.
I think as a club from competitions and success, I think Liverpool made more money than it ever has in its entire history. Obviously, we won 2 finals, and I don't know how the Premier League works. I would imagine the higher you rank, the more you get. If we would have won the Champions League, then we would have been sitting pretty. But we made it to the final. So, we've made plenty of money. And also, I don't know if we've had the competition to spend this year. And I keep going back to one thing, and it's Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
He's at Manchester City. He is probably the best formal striker on the planet. We can argue if you want, but he's so young and his numbers are ridiculous. Yeah, Mbappe, but Mbappe also plays on the wing quite a bit too.
Yeah, okay. I see what you did say formal striker. Okay.
Yeah, you're not going to put Haaland on the wing. He might get a through ball that brings him down the sideline, but he can't dribble like that. He is just yes, he's a striker.
Power. And that's what Nunez is, bro. Nunez is although he's quick, Erling Haaland is quick as well. Nunez is a power player. But he does not go down easily. He's sprinting the whole game. So sorry, I'm going on a tangent. Go ahead. Keep going.
Right. So I think that's part of it. And I think when you look in the market, you can either buy somebody old. You can either bring back Suarez, which I would do. I still would do it today. Probably get him for 2 mil. He might even be a free agent. Lewandowski, not interested in that. I don't think he fits our style of play because I think he's too slow. Yes, he's a scorer, but he deserves to go somewhere and play. And I think he's just too slow for us.
Fair enough.
Of course, I would take him. But if you're not going to purchase one of those guys, then you're taking a big risk. And I don't think Darwin Nunez, and again, is as big of a risk as somebody like a João Felix or the other players that get thrown around that are technically playing center forward. This kid has put up numbers, and when you look at what he's done in the Champions League, he's done it against all the big sides. He put 3 or 4 in the net against us, and a few of them were offsides or called back, but. This Ramsey move, I don't think you're going to see him.
No,
this is a move. Let me put it this way: he's 18, I believe.
He's young.
He's 18.
Yeah, he's really young.
Well, the first thing I do when I don't know who a player is of course I go to FIFA and check their rating. Because if you don't do that, you're just stupid. 58 overall.
Stop.
58.
In the newest
Ramsay.
FIFA?
FIFA 22. He might
He's
be up to a
58
63
overall?
right now. Yeah, dude.
All right, well, look, Steve, I'm gonna just hit you with this. Goals and assists in
58.
the 21-22 season. He's got 1 goal and 9 assists.
That's what I care about is the assist. I don't care if you score.
No, meaning as a right back, no. I want, especially with our style of play, give me assists. And that 9 assist number is phenomenal.
Then 10K is a steal. That's a Robbo buy. That's a
You need
Samikas
to-
buy.
Dude, you got a problem. You've done it 2 weeks in a row now. You're saying K instead of million.
Oh. Okay.
I'm sorry. I was trying to be funny, but okay. Are you okay, bud? I'm sorry.
I'm all right. I'm looking through this stuff here.
We got another super chat in here. All right. Thank you. Alshal Shahi or Akal Sahi. I apologize if I mispronounce it here. Why didn't we sign Andre Silva from RB Leipzig? Oh, it's from Leipzig. He's a deep lying forward and is technical better than Nunez because maybe we wanted a striker. Maybe we didn't want a false 9. You know? People say that
Bobby
Nunez
Firmino's still alive.
Bobby Firmino. We still have Bobby, and you have Jota who plays center forward too, guys. You know, I wanted Christopher and Nkunku, but I'm not mad that we didn't get him. You know?
I'm glad that we got Nunez.
Yeah. Yeah, I am as well. What other threads
There's
we
no
got
doubt
here?
about it.
All right, well, I just want to give a quick shout out to this weirdo. Not weirdo, but didn't mean to call him a weirdo. But this man, look at this man's lineup. He's got Trent playing on the right wing with James Ward-Prowse in the midfield.
Too slow.
Did he forget about Mo Salah? And he said sign
No, he
Ward-Prowse.
wants Mo Salah gone, dude.
This man said sign Ward-Prowse as an energetic Henderson replacement.
I can see that because they're both slow.
And then he said bench Salah for a while to teach him a lesson.
This is clickbait. We're giving him exactly what he wants.
I know. Oh God, man, I'm sorry. I'm giving this guy what he wants. This is bait.
This is totally bait.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah. So that's our guy.
What do you know about Andre Silva, Kyle? Because our friend here obviously wants us to discuss him.
I got nothing. I'm sorry, my friend.
So here's what he did in the Bundesliga: played 33 matches, scored 11 goals for Leipzig.
I'm sorry. I don't like Andre Silva. That's fine. How old is he?
He's 26. I know who he is.
26.
I wasn't hearing like a bunch of links here, so
no, there's
maybe
no
this
link
is just
to him.
somebody that Akal wants, but I wasn't. Like Bobby was hurt practically all year, and had more assists than this guy.
Bobby was 11-6, dude, and Bobby still produces when he plays.
This guy, I'll give him credit. He had 61 appearances this year, and Bobby still had more assists than him. Bobby only had 37.
Andre Silva had 61 appearances?
61 appearances.
All right, we're moving on. Sorry.
18 goals. Bobby had 11 in half the appearances.
All right.
Give or take.
Where's Tony at? Because Tony had a good shout, I guess. And I want to give Tony credit.
Grammy.
Where's Grammy? Shout out to Grammy.
I believe she's in here. I don't know if she's ever watched us before, but if you are watching, Grammy, we love you.
Oh, God, I love Grammy so much.
Grammy's chilling down in Virginia Beach.
Grammy, what do you think of Darwin Nunez? Huh? What do you think, Grammy?
I think she approves.
Yeah. And then shout out to Mama Mac as well. But Calvin Ramsay, deal's probably almost over the line. This is going to be like another Samikas signing. No one knows who he is, and then he gets here and we fall in love with the guy. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. But Yeah. Yeah. That's it, bro. That's all we got right now. We're waiting on the Darwin Nunez announcement.
It's done. It's done. You know the club always takes a couple days.
I know, but
He's got to get there so they can take pictures. I don't know if that's a real picture or not.
I really don't think that's a real picture. It does.
But they got to do the corny walk under the sign.
Yeah, it's a damn
Put your
good
cleats on and walk
Photoshop.
through the dressing room. Take a picture. You know,
Damn
Thiago's
good
was
Photoshop.
electric.
Yeah. Now,
But
I do want to talk about outgoings here. So, the big one is Minamino. All right. I wanted to bring this up. 17 million pounds is the reported fee that Liverpool want for Minamino. You guys remember in 2020 we bought him for about 7 million. It was either euros or pounds from Salzburg. And Minamino, Monaco are pursuing him very heavily. Monaco really want him. Personally, I would love to keep Minamino. I mean, I would, but I really do think that the reason we bought him was because we were tipped off about that 7 million release clause. I think that's really one of the only reasons we bought him. And now we could probably get 20 million for him, Steve. I really do think we could, because the man had a phenomenal year in the domestic cups. Man had 10 goals. And he only played
and if you play him, no matter where you play him, he produces. He takes his opportunities, kind of like Divock has. And I think if he played, how many appearances did he have for us? Let's look at that quickly here.
I feel like it was between 15 and 20.
I'll let you know in 2 seconds. So the thing with Minamino is we know he could be worth more because he's a winger, because he's not old by any means.
Yeah.
He's versatile. You can play him in a few different positions. But if you don't have the appearances, that's where you don't really have a leg to stand on. That's where you could see or make the argument, hey, he should go for as much as Daniel James went to Leeds for, but he doesn't have the appearances to back it up.
Yeah. But what about his production? So, that's what I would be
25 appearances, 10 goals, and an assist. And
what? I mean, those are good, man.
25 appearances, 10 goals, and assists. He's 27. That's the problem here.
That's a great point. It's a great point. 27.
27 and a half, by the way.
Yeah, man, and he doesn't look it. He does not look 27 and a half.
No, but he's fresh, man. He's barely played the last couple of years.
Yeah,
he's been training in a great system. He's fresh.
And maybe I won't say that. I won't say that. I just feel like players from the Far East don't get injured that often. Like, I feel like Heung-min Son is almost never injured. You know, Minamino has not been injured. Like, he's always available. You know, maybe that's that's literally 2 players. I know. But it's just something I'm noticing.
Well, he went to Southampton and he started off with an absolute bang. And then I think reality set in and they were like, wait, we're Southampton. We don't really have class players that can deliver to this guy. So he kind of tailed off and lost minutes. But he's shown that he can produce in the Champions League for RB. He's produced for us. He's done a bit of production at Southampton. 17 mil, I'm okay with that. I would like to see it be higher, of course, but I think it's realistic based on his age and the number of appearances he's had. 15 to 20 million, you double or triple your profit. See you later. Thanks for your service. But if he stays, I'm fine with that too, because we're going to play a lot of matches again.
I agree. And the other player linked to the move away, Sadio Mane. I guess we can touch on Sadio Mane before we look at, Oxlade-Chamberlain, who's actually likely out of here for about 10 million, it seems like. But our guy Sadio Mane is likely to strike a deal with Bayern Munich here soon if he hasn't already agreed. First 2 offers from Bayern Munich were just insulting. 21.5 million with 4 million in add-ons, absolute joke. Second one was 30 million. Liverpool value him at about 42 million, and I think that's good. We'll make a profit off of him in theory. But again, you said it last week, Steve, or 2 weeks ago. He's going to play for I know his contract is likely only going to be 3 years to start off. Bayern Munich are just going to play him until his legs are done. He's probably going to play 5-6 years at Bayern Munich.
They're going to run him into the ground.
Yeah.
And Lewandowski's leaving. So, honestly, yes, Sadio Mane is worth more than Lewandowski, but how many times has Lewandowski carried that club? 3, 4, 5 hat tricks a year. Just insane production. I'm sorry, but Mane can't give you that. He's not that player. He's a great player, but they're going to have a real tough time replacing Lewandowski. I think there's trouble in Bayern, trouble in paradise over there, personally. But yeah, they're just going to run him into the ground. He's just another winger to Bayern. He's not going to get the love either. The more I think about this, the more it upsets me for him as a player. He's going to get paid more, but I don't know, man. I think it's a bad move.
You think so?
I think it's good if you want to get paid. He's won everything you can win.
Right. And I think it's honestly a good move for him. I do. Because like you said, I think I have no grudges or anything with Sadio Mane. I think and I told you this the other day, I think he's done the club a service by saying he wants to leave with 1 year left because it gives us the ability to sell him as opposed to him letting his contract run down and then leaving. I think it's phenomenal in that aspect. But real quick, I just want to get to this super chat from Michael Ramsey. Thank you guys very much for the support here. Rubbish, Ox, Jones, and Elliott need to be wrapped up with a bow and ASAP. Our Liverpool will always be looking at second to Man U again and again. Michael Ramsey.
What that means.
I think he's always been someone who's anti-Jones and anti-Ox. But
that's okay. Look, man.
Yeah, I mean, I love when Michael Ramsey comes in talking this. Elliott's a quality player, man. He is. And
there's
Jones
nothing better than the beginning of the season for me. The fresh kits, the sun is shining. It's summertime in August. And when I saw Harvey Elliott start those first 3 or 4 games before he got hurt, mind you, got hurt on my wedding day.
Oh, God, yeah.
Made me sick to my stomach as I'm taking a shower before the big day. But anyways, dude, that's when I knew, he's going to be an absolute star. And by the way, Klopp loves him.
Oh, yeah.
By the time he got back and got healthy, he played that Cardiff match. He played a couple others. He played in the Inter match, and he didn't look right. He looked a little bit slow, a little bit off the pace. I knew from that point on we'd barely see him for the rest of the year. And I knew next year is going to be a fresh start for him.
Yeah.
Jones, dude, you got to think about how young these guys are, Michael.
Yeah,
Ox, sure. I mean, what's Ox, 26, 27?
Dude, Ox might be 28, 27,
okay.
28.
Well, I mean, he's getting paid a decent chunk. Let him go play somewhere. Let him go to West Ham or Villa, whoever's looking at him. Let him go.
I want
get 25 million for him.
I want Ox to go somewhere and play because, again, this is another player that we all love. We love Ox. We've been critical of him when he plays, but that's just because it's very limited when he plays. We want players who get very minimal game time to show up and produce. That's why we're all very happy with Minamino's performance this season because when he played, he did very well. You know, that's all we want. And that's as a professional athlete, I feel like that's your expectation. That's why everyone loves Divock Origi because, yeah, he didn't play that much, but when he played, he was great. When he played, he was great. He really embraced that super sub role. And again, that's what I'm getting at. From these players that play intermittently, whether it's Elliott, Jones, Tyler Morton, it doesn't matter. I just want to see these guys have a good game. All right.
Ox needs, we've said it a million times, he needs consistency. Chat. Yes, thank you very much. He needs consistency. He needs to run together a string of games. And Steven Richards here, 946 says Elliott would have been ever present last season. This season, he's going to explode. He was probably one of our best players that first 3-4 matches.
I can't agree with
He
that.
looked so composed. Go back and look at the match
No.
ratings. Why don't you do
He was
yourself a
great,
favor?
Steve. He was great. I'm not going to say he's one of our best players in those games, though. I'm sorry.
He was one of our best players. Probably had man of the match performances 2 out of those 4, or those 3 or 4. Just go back and look at the match ratings from any website, and you'll be like, "Wow."
He didn't
No,
get a
was
goal and
playing.
an assist.
He was still playing incredible.
All right.
Incredible. How many times Bobby not had a goal or an assist, and we still love Bobby?
Well, no.
Thiago, Hendo.
Okay. Fair.
Terrible.
Okay.
Anyways,
Yeah.
we're moving on here.
Yeah, we're also looking to extend Naby Keita's contract. Which how do you feel about that? What do you guys think? Let us know in the chat. What do you think about the report suggesting that Liverpool are trying to extend Naby Keita's contract? Because this is really the first season we've seen Naby Keita. I mean, let's be frank. It really is. And he had a good season. He did. I think he really did have a good season, Steve.
I think if we can get him for a decent wage in the renewal here, then it's fine. But if there's any truth to the rumors about PSG and these other clubs willing to spend 50, 55 million on him, well, then you have to cash in, because the same thing goes for Mane. You're going to recoup your money. Yes, he proved that he was healthy this year, but at the end of the day, really, that's all we expected from him, was for to be healthy. The production wasn't necessarily there.
Yeah.
He had a few goals. I thought he played solid in some games. He's just not the player that Klopp ranted and raved about from the Bundesliga. There's still time.
Well, he still rates him very highly, and that's where the reports I was reading this week were, is that Klopp still really likes the type of player he is. And again, remember, he's only 26 or 27. Okay. And if we sell him, Steve, you got to realize we need another player in the midfield. I'm a firm believer in this. We would have probably sold Naby Keita if we locked down the Tchouaméni deal. But since he went to Madrid, we're trying to extend Keita because there's no one else. I mean, you could argue Bellingham, but again, we're not. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I don't rate Bellingham as that much. You know? I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, he's really good, but he's just too expensive.
Yeah.
There's just no way.
I do agree that we could use some more squad depth, but shout out to James freaking Milner for the contract extension. Don't forget about him, guys.
I mean, not surprised. He's the legend. He's a legend of the club. He's a legend of the sport, matter of fact, of the country, first and foremost. But here's the thing. Keita knows the system. If he can stay healthy, to Klopp, he's just a piece to the puzzle. Like when we saw Thiago get hurt in warm-ups in the final, I'm assuming all of you saw that, but there was obviously other chaos going on outside the stadium. So maybe some people didn't see it. My heart sank. And I was like, oh no, Keita's going to start a final. So that's how I feel about him.
Yeah, but you've always been that way.
But he also played terrible against Real Madrid in the Champions League last year. So I didn't want anything to do with it if it was a final or not. Against Real Madrid, he looks poor every time, and that was again in the final.
But Steve, you can't use that argument because you're the one who always says you can't use past performances as a gauge for what's going to happen next.
So what are we going to use then?
His recent
performances in other finals?
No. His recent form. Like this
Which
season
hasn't been great.
I thought this season he was better than any season.
Because he played, Kyle.
I know. But
he probably had better numbers in some of those injured seasons.
Well, look, I agree with what someone says here. Well, first off, Stephen Richards says Milner is our Swiss Army knife. Yeah, absolutely. And then Michael Ramsey, I'll get to your super chat here in just a second. But someone here said Naby is what Ox should be. Where is it here? I saw it. Here we go. It said nothing wrong with keeping Keita. He can be the kind of squad player Ox was supposed to be. I like that shout.
I don't think so, though.
You don't think so?
I get the thought process, but He can't score goals like that.
He had
Ox
some
was
bangers
producing
this
goals
year.
for us.
Oh man, I don't know. I just don't
He
want
had
to lose
5 goals in all comps this year, Kyle.
I don't want to lose my faith in Naby Keita. That's all.
5 goals and 2 assists in all comps as an attacking midfielder or a midfielder that can attack and drive the ball forward in 43 appearances.
Wow, he played
Like,
43 times.
That's just mind-blowing to me. Again, he's healthy, but he's just a piece.
Okay.
He's
Hold on.
anything.
No. Pull up Thiago. Pull up Thiago and tell me his stats, because if they're less than Naby Keita, and we all love Thiago, and we swear by
This is a
Thiago.
terrible example.
I want
though.
you to shut your mouth.
Kyle, what I'm asking you is, what is he bringing to the table?
Answer
not availability.
Answer my question. Just tell me what Thiago's stats are.
And guys, let us know what you think in the chat. We know what Thiago brings. His passing, his vision. Keita doesn't have any of that. So what is he bringing? He's just a piece to the puzzle. You plug him in when somebody else isn't available or when you need to rotate.
All right, hit me.
Thiago, 2 goals, 4 assists, all comps.
How many appearances?
45.
Shut your mouth.
You sound ridiculous. You sound ridiculous.
Shut your mouth.
Nobody in this chat, Kyle, nobody in the world would ever tell you that you're making the right argument by saying Keita and Thiago should be compared stat-wise.
No, I am simply. You brought up the stats.
We're talking about PFA team of the season versus a guy that can't produce at all in half a decade, has never produced.
You brought it up. You brought up the stats. So I said, okay, all right, let's give you a taste of your own medicine. What does Thiago
that's not
have?
my medicine, Kyle. I posed you a question. I said, what is he providing aside from availability this year? Because he's not providing any assists.
And my argument was that he provided more than Thiago assist and goal-wise.
But I didn't ask you what does Thiago provide because it's not in question, Kyle.
Okay.
He's the best player on the pitch 8 games out of 10.
Oh, okay. All right.
You can't say that about Keita ever. So I was trying to give you something to hold on to because Keita does nothing. So maybe he produces something, but numbers-wise, stat-wise, he doesn't. We know Thiago doesn't, but his value isn't in question.
I agree with you. I agree that Thiago is more valuable than Keita. I was isolating the stat talk. That's all. Because you said, what does Keita produce? So I said, okay, let's compare him to Thiago. That's it.
Okay.
All right. Let's go. Shout out over 300 people in the chat right now. That's legendary numbers right there. Smash that like button, guys. Thank you all, everyone, for the support. So yeah, Ox. Can you believe that Ox is rumored though for 10 million? 10 million to leave.
Is he 29?
Ox?
Because I'm trying to I got to figure it out here. He's got to be older.
I feel like he's 28. I'm Googling it. He's 28 years old.
When's his birthday?
He's about to turn 29 in August.
Yeah, so he'll be 29 for the next season. 10 mil, I mean, that's low.
Yeah.
So he's going to be 29 for the next season. They're saying 10 mil.
That's low. That's a low valuation for him. Considering we got him for like in the 30s, didn't we? Like 35?
36 or 40. But he needs to be sold for 15 or 20.
Yeah,
maybe even 25. But 10 is just stupid.
Yeah. And look, Tony,
I might as well keep him for that.
I agree. Thiago controls the midfield in a way Keita never could. Obviously, this is an obvious thing. I was just simply talking about stats, but we're moving on. What else we got? My dad goes, "Come on, Grammy's watching." Yeah. All right, look, Ox is going. So if Ox goes, what do you think? We see more game time from Curtis Jones and Elliott then? Because I think a lot of people think if we get rid of Ox, Well, first off, I just want to say a lot of people think we don't have a lot of depth in the midfield right now. But I also think people completely forget about Elliott and Jones. They don't even rate them as like starting midfielders. You know what I mean? And I rate them as they're going to play a crucial role in the midfield this season.
No, they certainly are. I'm not worried about the midfield depth. I'm worried about the midfield quality. We have bodies. We're not going to run into a position where we can't play, where we're like, oh God, like bring Trent into the midfield where we've run out of midfielders. We have bodies. I'm just worried about the class because Thiago, he gets injured. Even Fabinho picks up a knock here and there. Milner, he's not getting any younger. Henderson can't play 38 league games, can't play 60 games anymore at a high level. That's the issue. So Keita and Elliott and Jones, I love them. Carvalho will take up some space there.
Carvalho, bro. He is.
But I do think we need another midfielder that's like a high-level midfielder. I just don't know if it's going to happen this window because we've already spent.
Yeah.
We got to start moving some players out before we can expect like more big signings. Michael Ramsey here, done. Thiago and Keita, 2 big waste of 85 million. Spending, don't rate none of them. Milner is only taking up space. So first and foremost, there will be no James Milner slander in this chat.
Negative.
James Milner plays when we need him, and he plays well.
He's so good, dude.
Like, it's not like he's starting every game, and we're like calling for him to get subbed out. Like, he barely even gets in. And when he gets in, he plays well. That's number one. Keita, I would say that was the worst bit of business we've done. 50-something million. He's really only been available for this season alone. But Thiago, if you don't rate him, you don't love the sport. We do appreciate the super chat, but he's so great to watch.
He's so satisfying to watch, dude. He plays the game with such elegance and finesse. I mean, he's just so good. He's unlike anything I've ever watched in our midfield, at least. I love watching him play. But thank you.
He's one of a kind.
He is. Well, thank you for the super chat. And then additionally, people are mentioning Sangare from PSV. This is another player that we've been linked with. I haven't seen any official talk from any of the big journalists, but he has been linked with us. He would be a good defensive midfield backup option for Fabinho. However, with the extension of Milner, Hendo still in the mix, I really don't know. I really don't know if we'd sign someone like that or maybe we would as like in preparation for James Milner leaving or something like that. Do you think we need a Fabinho backup, given that Hendo and Milner can play the CDM, Steve?
This is something I think about all the time. You even see Thiago drop back deep. You see Keita drop back deep. I've seen so many players play deep in that midfield, Curtis Jones included. But none of them have like that defensive prowess that Fabinho does at this point.
Yep.
Because of the age of Hendo and Milner. Like, I would like to see a backup there. I just don't know who. Tchouaméni would have been perfect. Like, he would have been absolutely perfect for that. But
that's exactly like that would have been. That's why we were going after him. He's ideal because he is so versatile in the midfield. I will say about Tchouaméni, he has a lot of work to do with his defensive awareness. He kind of chases the ball at times. He doesn't really cover space. He's more so like a direct tackler, which is fine. That's a good skill to have. But again, that's more of a center attacking mid style. In terms of a Fabinho backup, you need that player that's going to defend the space. So,
oh boy, not him says our midfield can't talk to City's midfield. We need to up our game, otherwise we won't see the league. So I don't agree with this. I also don't want to get into a big thing, but this one kind of just jumped out to me.
Yeah.
Obviously, De Bruyne is great, and so is Thiago. Fabinho versus Rodri, it's pretty much a wash, I would say. Right?
I wouldn't necessarily say a wash, but I don't think he's worth the price tag that they got him for. I mean, let's put it this way. Fabinho was 20 million less, and I think Fabinho is a way better CDM than Rodri will ever be.
Well, yeah, Rodri just has scored some big goals this year. So recency bias has him rated pretty high. Don't
Hey,
get me
but
wrong, he's good.
remember, Fabinho went through a phase this season where he scored in like 5 straight games, it seemed like.
I know. I
Yeah.
know. I mean, Rodri's going to be on like the highlight reels for like his timely goals this year, as well as a handball. But we're not going to get into that. And then you got what? Bernardo Silva, we got Hendo.
He might, well, Silva might be going to Barcelona. Not sure if that's going to actually happen. But again, you said it earlier in the
But
show.
who else do they have in the midfield? Who am I missing?
They got Gundogan.
Right.
Phil Foden does play in the midfield sometimes. Jack Grealish sometimes plays in the midfield, but he's more of that left winger. I mean, honestly, we're probably on par with City. The only one who stands out is De Bruyne. I feel like De Bruyne is leaps and bounds above everyone.
Yeah, I think Thiago is above the rest as well. But
That too.
if you take, I mean, like we can't really count Grealish and Foden, I don't think.
No, I'm just throwing those names out there.
All right.
You said it. They're probably going to buy some more midfielders this year. But I do want to get to Peter Neville's thing here. And we're almost at 350 people in the chat. You guys are absolute legends. Shout out to you guys. Like the stream if you are enjoying it. Don't forget to subscribe. You guys are showing great support here, and share the stream with a friend. Peter Neville says, feel like we're entering another era where we spend big on a couple more foundational players for the future, like we did with Big Verge and Allison, Sadio Mane, etc. And feels like that's FSG's plan with Jurgen. It's a great point, given Jurgen just signed that another extension, which will see him here for another 4 years. And again, I want to point out, guys, Darwin Nunez's deal is reportedly a 6-year deal.
It is.
That's huge.
It is. Especially when you look at this from like the pessimistic side. I don't know if that's the right word. And it's a risk. Well, the longer the contract, like, first of all, we're getting him for lower wages. And then the longer contract, we just have more leverage with this player now.
Yeah.
That it's 6 years instead of 5 years. If it doesn't work out, you can sell him to somebody else that wanted him.
Yeah.
In a year or two, and he's still got 4 or 5 years left on his deal.
And that's, Liz was saying that about Naby Keita earlier, saying that, one of the main reasons we want to extend Keita is to protect his value. You know what I mean? So we can, like you said, try to get it 50, 60 mil down the road if we want to sell him.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think we are building foundational pieces here.
Ryan Johnston, 1003.
Ryan. Another super chat. You guys are amazing. Ryan Johnson. Put Trent up to right mid and put Tsimikas in at right back. What?
First of all, I don't love Tsimikas' right foot. Honestly, I don't know if he's ever played there, ever. Trent basically already plays right mid. He basically already plays there. Trent plays 3 positions.
He does.
He's incredible.
He does. And he even ventures into like a central mid role at times. I need to know why. I need to know why.
I think this is a bit of a troll.
I think so. But I don't want to accuse him of that. You defend yourself. Okay.
I think he probably believes that Tsimikas deserves game time because he's been incredible.
Yeah.
But so does Robbo. So I don't know. That would never happen, but
no.
Cool.
Shout out to Melvin Anderson. What else we got? Yous think your players are best in the world. Well, okay. It's a weird sentence.
I missed that. Where is that?
I don't know. Ash Don. I don't know when we ever said our players are the best in the world, but
I mean, Trent's the best right back in the world.
Well, yeah. And
No
Virgil
doubt.
van Dijk is the best center back in the world. Alisson's the best goalkeeper in the world. I mean, we could go on.
Salah's the best right winger in the world. Considering what Mane's done this season from a trophy perspective, he's probably the best left winger in the world. He'll probably finish second in the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, you could argue. But what we're saying isn't ridiculous here.
No,
I don't know what team he supports, but thanks for jumping in, man.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, and DJ Liverpool Romaine is asking about what about Calvin Ramsay? If you go back and we went over Darwin Nunez earlier in the show, Calvin Ramsay we spent about 15 minutes on or so earlier in the show, and then we kind of just, freestyled it the rest of the day. And Joe Gomez, we're looking to extend him as well, only 25 years old. Another quality center back. There was a time where he was rated just as high as, Matip was this season. I'm feeling good. People are calling for Basuma. Look, Basuma's in a bunch of legal things right now. I don't want to bring that drama to the club. We were linked with Basuma. Feel like Basuma is going to end up at Arsenal or something like that, or he might just stay at Brighton. But
look, Basuma, yeah, he was a hot topic last year, but like you said, the off the field stuff. He's also proven to be a bit reckless on the field. He's definitely a good player. I just don't know if he fits our system at this point. I've watched him a handful of times this year. It's just, he's all like, I don't think he can like kind of control a game. He's like damage control.
Yeah.
Hard tackles.
Yeah.
Tracking back. But like, I think he's just a very, very niche player. I think we need someone that's a little bit more complete.
That's good. And that's where I was looking at Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni was that complete player for me. Melvin Anderson's asking about Javi. So according to Fabrizio Romano, just for you guys who've been following the Javi rumors, tons of rumors out there suggesting we're willing to quadruple Javi's yearly or weekly wages to get him here. He's in discussions with Barcelona over an extension. The first meeting happened like earlier this week. Nothing's done set in stone, but that's a player that we have been linked with for like 6 months or so. I'll continue to follow up with you guys on that. Fabrizio Romano is reporting on it. So again, he's in negotiations with Bayern, or not with Bayern, with Barcelona. So I think he's out of contract next summer. So, yep. So Steve, we went over Darwin Nunez. Happy with the signing. Calvin Ramsay. That deal is kind of getting some traction. We're getting on the thing, or getting the ball rolling with that. Jesus, and then Divock Origi out. Loris Karius, he's gone. We released him. Ben Woodburn, gone. And Ox on his way out. Minamino probably on his way out. And we're trying to, and Mane as well, we're trying to recoup the money that we're probably going to spend, or that we have spent on Darwin Nunez. Typical Liverpool window. Do you think we get anyone else before the window closes?
Yeah, I think we're going to go in for, I think we're going to get Ramsay.
Yeah, well, yeah, I agree.
Okay. And then I think we'll get one more. But I don't think you should hold your breath, because I think we need to make some sales.
Yeah.
Before anything else.
Yeah.
Like all these links, like these players have to start getting sold. Like the clock is ticking. Yeah. Like if Minamino's getting offers, like sell him. Or keep him.
I mean, yeah. We're
like
you said it best. We made a lot of money this season. So again, I mean, it's just business. It's just business. You spend 60 to 80 million guaranteed on this Nunez guy. And really what it comes down to is trying to break even with that amount. So you're not 60 or 80 million in the hole, quote unquote. But I want to touch on two things before we close here. Saint LFC here says Ramsay is done. Yeah, it's pretty much done, or at least we're in talks. I don't think a fee has been agreed yet, but we are in for that guy. Giga Shadow here. I believe that's Kev. I could be wrong. What about Gravenbach? He's done. He's going to Bayern. I'm pretty sure that deal is done. And what else we got here? We got another super chat. Oh, Ross Bauer. Haven't seen Ross in a minute. What's going on, man? Do you think we need a world-class midfielder? City have De Bruyne. Do we need someone of that capability? I would argue Thiago's world-class, bro.
No, Thiago is world-class, but I know what he means.
Me too.
Like a guy that can score.
Right.
I think that's what he means. Kind of a guy that's really dangerous. Like Thiago's great. He can control the game, but maybe what he means here is like someone like a De Bruyne that like can just light it up.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
But
I've
how
always
many
said I would love
midfielders
Kevin
are
De
like
Bruyne,
that?
but there aren't many players in the world like him.
That's what I was just like De Bruyne is one of a kind. He's so good.
He's as close to one of a kind, I think, as you can get as a midfielder, because midfielders are expected to do so many different things. You know, who else is scoring crazy amounts of goals from midfield? Like Gundogan scores like a bunch, especially last season or 2 seasons ago, but he's nowhere near Thiago or De Bruyne, like skill wise or passing. So I just don't think there's many options out there. I would take De Bruyne though, 100%.
Oh, well, I mean, who wouldn't? Yeah. Um, so shout out to Saint LFC TV too. I saw something recently. I think he just hit 1,000 subscribers. Been in and around the Liverpool space. So shout out to Saint LFC TV.
Congrats.
Real quick, brings up Tielemans for 25 mil. I'm telling you, that's the play if we're smart. I think Tielemans is looking. Is it Arsenal he might be linked with? I think it might be
I've
Arsenal or something.
That's actually something I wanted to talk about today was Tielemans, but we didn't get to it.
Well, why I'm you got anywhere to be?
I mean, last year people were talking 60 million. If you can get
We
Tielemans
said it
for
was a
25,
joke. We said it
if
was
we
a
can get
joke.
Tielemans for 25, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
That's a steal. He's proven. He's not old. He's proven it in the Prem. He's played in big games. 25 million. He'll give you some goals too. That's all I got on him.
Yeah. I mean, look, Tielemans, I mean, 25, if you're going after him strictly for the price, getting him because of his price tag, sure. But who's Tielemans getting in ahead of? I think you could argue he gets in ahead of Keita, but it's going to be, but then you got to think about Hendo. If Thiago's healthy, our midfield, it's Fabinho, Thiago, Hendo. In my opinion. But again,
yes.
we're all talking about Tielemans, like you said, was it last summer or during the winter transfer window, January transfer window? People were saying like Tielemans is worth 60, 70, 80 mil. And we were saying that's an absolute joke.
Because it is.
It's a
but
joke.
He's also only 25.
Well, yeah, and you could get him for 40. And now his value has gone down even more. I think, and everyone's saying it here, I do think he's going to Arsenal. I really do. Arsenal are just desperate for midfield players. And Granit Xhaka is being linked with a move to Leverkusen. Dude, Granit Xhaka, how do you go from Mönchengladbach to Arsenal, and then you're going back to that's another player we were linked with, by the way, guys. We were linked with Granit Xhaka. We really dodged.
That's an absolute joke. The fact that he still even gets game time for them just shows how bad their midfield is.
He disrespected the fans, dude. That I still can't.
I don't even mean that. He can't even move. He is so slow. He is a hell of a passer, though. I'll give him that. He's got that left foot is a rocket, and he'll give you a couple screamers a year for goals too. But he's a great passer. But other than that, he offers nothing other than friction and drama. See ya. That's what I would do. Adios.
Joey Young says he remembers Steven saying Tielemans was 70 mil.
Even worse.
We didn't. Hold on. Is he saying that you said he's worth that?
No. I was always the anti Tielemans he's worth side.
Me too. I think we all were, and everyone was like, "No, he's worth 80." It's like, no, bro, he's not. Sorry. Now a lot of people bringing up different players like Barella, Fabian Ruiz. Fabian Ruiz, another Napoli player we've been linked with before, but again, no. I mean, these are all players we've been linked with that are good, solid players. But again, when it comes to transfers, guys, you have to think about, are they going to get playing time in the squad? Because Fabian Ruiz is a stapled on starter for Napoli. He's going to be struggling to get in the starting lineup with Liverpool. And I couldn't agree with this more, honestly. Liverpool don't just sign talent, they sign attitude and character. I want to end on that right there. I want to end on that because nothing could. That's just phenomenal. You can't just sign players based on talent. You need to do your homework. You need to look at what kind of person they are. You need to look at, are they a family man? Like, look at Bobby Firmino as the perfect example. Bobby Firmino, he posted a video the other day. The man's singing in church in the choir, like the man with his 3 daughters. The man is just a perfect family man, and that's the kind of players we want because Liverpool's a family club, man.
Yeah, you just don't see. There's just no BS here.
There's
like
no
the
BS.
worst thing we have right now is people complaining about Salah being selfish in like his interviews about personal awards. Like, what a good problem that is to have when that's that's the biggest thing on your list.
They literally asked him. They asked him this question, guys. They said, "Do you believe you're the best?" I think Ferdinand asked him. He's like, "Do you believe you're the best player in the world? Like, do you think that?" And Salah very humbly answered the question, and he was like, "Yeah, I do have that mindset. I believe, I'm the best player in the world at my position." And it's not like he answered it arrogantly, Like, he asked him the
Dude,
question.
I'm only here for the comments on those types of Instagram posts. I jump right to the comments and I just love seeing all the trash. It's like,
Yeah.
get out of my club. Sign the damn deal then. How about you score more than you did because you've been trashed since February?
Dude.
Stop taking interviews. It's like, this is his job. He has to take these interviews.
Yeah. Oh, man. Dude, Steve, I've had a blast today. I'm sure we're going to have much more to talk about coming up here with Calvin Ramsay getting over the line, the Nunez announcement. Maybe we'll sign another midfielder. Don't forget about Fabio Carvalho, guys. I think a lot of people are forgetting that we signed him. I do want to thank everybody who's, we've had people who've been with us the entire show here. We've had people who've been with us since way back in the day. Today is a record-setting show for us, so shout out to everyone. We appreciate you guys, especially the super chats. Tune in all summer long. Every Sunday, we'll be here talking transfers, talking LFC news. That's what we do on Sunday. We kick it back, we relax, and this is what we do. All right, Steve, you got any closing thoughts?
Thank you for everyone in here, even the people that are somewhat delusional. Marani's Closet is a new member. Welcome. By the way, guys, go follow us on Instagram. Feel free to explore the channel membership options. We really appreciate you guys being here with us, especially all the legends that are here no matter what, but special shout out to the new folks as well. It's a chill time of year. Come hang with us on Sundays. We'll shoot the you-know-what. Kyle and I will yell at each other a little bit, and then that's it.
Yeah, that's good stuff every Sunday. And shout out to Saint LFC TV as well. Grammy, of course, and then Marahani's Closet, newest channel member. You guys are awesome, man. You guys are awesome. So yeah, be on the lookout for clips of the show as well. If you did miss the show or you don't have the time, we'll clip it so you guys can catch 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, and get up to date on your transfer news. So appreciate you guys, and until next Sunday, Reds, take care.